WEMF Radio.
WEMF Radio.
The Underbelly.
WEMF.
It is the Underbelly, weekdays from 5 until 7. Got some horse mode in the background there. You can see them on September 16th, 2017 at Your Friends Fest. WMF Radio is getting behind that. Doug McCormick's band, Psychic Dogs playing, Power Sluts playing, Mikey Shake is on mic. What's up, Mikey Shake? How are you doing?
What is up, Dave?
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this. I like those bands, too. Psychic Dog, I'm convinced, has the best stickering campaign in Boston.
Oh, yeah?
Every men's room I've ever been in, I think, has a Psychic Dog sticker in it.
That's hilarious. I always feel weird about that because I don't want to piss off the people at the establishment. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to put up WMF Radio stickers and people be like, God damn WEMF Radio!
That's why you got to take up graffiti tagging where people can't actually read it, Dave. It's fun.
Because that's less legal?
No, it makes you less likely to get caught.
Okay. All right. Shake Tuesday here on the Underbelly every single Tuesday. If you missed it, we did an episode of the Maltese Falcon. How did you enjoy participating in that? Have you ever done it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I love it. I love that kind of film noir thing. I like improv.
Film noir is such a fun setting to create in, just because people have so many expectations. Like, you can just lie on the stereotypes of the genre.
Yeah, there's so many conventions that they'll prop it up, and then my favorites are when you walk on top of the conventions, like Donnie Yen and Iron Monkey, but do some flips of your own.
So next Tuesday, we will continue that. Next Tuesday, also, Seth Malvin will be over at the Tavern at the End of the World with our last guest, which was Will Roos. He was fantastic. Funny, unique, quirky dude. But now we have Seth with us. What's up, Seth? How you doing?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up, Seth?
Super good. Seth moved from, you said North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
You're from here, but you moved back up from North Carolina. Why the hell would you move to North Carolina?
A friend of mine asked me if I wanted to get out of the city.
Okay.
And
so you lived in, like, Boston?
I lived in Dorchester.
Okay.
I love Dot.
You're a daughter.
Yeah, I am. But I'm like the worst Bostonian because you can ask me anything about the city, and I might not know, but I'll know, like, kind of other things that you wouldn't expect me to know.
Okay.
So I'm not a very good Bostonian.
You're not a good traditional Bostonian.
Yeah. But, yeah, a friend asked me if I wanted to get out of the city. I had gone to Europe with her. Went to, like, 6 different countries.
When you say friend, is that because, like, you're not sure if...
No, we're just friends.
Just friends, okay.
She's been in my life since I was, like, 12. She's like
a
years older
sister?
than me. Like a mother. Like a second
Whoa.
mother. Yeah.
Gee, that's way more intense. Because when you say someone's like a sister, like, that could not be your sister. You know, it could just be like your like really close friend. Because my sister, I am not as close to her as I am with, like, let's say Mikey Shake.
Yeah.
Currently,
like
at the moment.
I love Dave Crespo's wife. She's like a sister to me, like the sister I never had, other than my sister.
Well, I'm just saying that I don't really talk to all my sisters.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean too.
You know? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I slightly understand.
Yeah, it was a dry joke about how I probably get along with your wife better than I get along with my sister.
Well, that's just bound to happen. So
she's charming.
You move down to North Carolina, and then you go and work at a Sonic for like 2 years, and then move back.
More like 8 months.
Did you actually work at a Sonic? Did I just knock that out of the park?
No, I worked at a Carmike theater.
Okay.
There, and on our best day, we had like 20 customers.
Oh, so that sounds like an awesome
day.
day.
Open?
Yeah, I have no idea. They were brought up by AMC before I left, and everything just kind of got really crappy really fast.
Don't you wonder about those places? The movie theater, like the Apple Cinemas down in Alewife.
Yeah.
Like, I love that place because they do some really weird stuff, and I've done some screenings there, or a screening there. So it's cool that you can do independent things, but, like, how does it stay open? Like, do people go to those places?
No.
Well, our tickets were like $5 all the time.
That's
like,
amazing.
And even then, we didn't have like a big turnout because there was a theater like 2 miles down the road.
That did like IMAX.
Yeah, they had IMAX, they had everything, but a regular ticket was like $12. And people just went there instead.
That's it.
But sometimes people would come to our
people
theater.
would pay more.
Yeah.
to have a better experience, but they didn't want to go to the old school because it didn't have like stadium seating.
Yeah, they had reclining seats at the big theater.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
I love those reclining seats, but I love going to Coolidge Corner too. So it's different.
Coolidge Corner has an allure to it, and they also I'm guessing you were showing what's the new the Transformers. And
yeah, we showed all the big stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, why, if you could go to the IMAX and see that, why would you go and see that in the really uncomfortable 1992?
Like the Arlington Movie House. I've seen some really cool stuff there. Have you guys been that one?
You're talking about the Capitol
there.
Theater?
Yeah, it has the most uncomfortable seats I've ever been in.
The Capitol Theater is cool, though.
It's really cool.
Because if you're right there, I used to live down the street from that theater, it's the closest thing movie-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to Revere. I guess you could go to Wakefield, downtown Boston. It's convenient.
Yeah.
If you want to check out a movie. They don't really do enough independent stuff over there, though.
Yeah.
Well, in North Carolina, there's a small theater called the Aperture Theater, and it's really beautiful. They have a nice logo and everything, and I saw Moonlight there, and they have this one small theater it's a projector and just a small screen, and it had the most uncomfortable seats I'd ever sat in. I had to stand up 2 or 3 times during Moonlight because my back really hurt.
What is Moonlight?
I think he means La La Land, Dave.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, Seth's with me. He got that one.
Yeah.
There was an Oscar kerfuffle this past year where they announced one winner, and I believe they announced Moonlight, and it was La La Land.
They announced La La Land.
It was
So Moonlight was the black astronaut movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hidden movie.
Hidden Figures was the black
Figure
astronaut
Fences.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Moonlight
Figure Fences. That was it.
was the film about the African-American kid growing up in Florida, I think, Central Florida, who happened to be gay, and about his life growing up. And it was really beautiful, very emotionally draining, though. So it was one of those movies that I saw, and I was really happy that I saw it, but I wouldn't ever see it again.
Seeing a movie that emotionally draining in a physically uncomfortable state seems just torturous.
Or just going to a theater to see something other than an action movie these days to me seems, I don't know, why would I want to have that kind of experience around other people?
I understand that. If I want to feel, I love going to a cinema and experiencing that, but if I want to see a $70,000 indie movie, I'm probably more likely to engage with it at home because I'm thinking, I want my dollar's worth. I want full surround explosions and
exactly. It's made for that.
Giant, spectacle.
You're talking about paying $30 to see Transformers.
I will
IMAX.
never pay to see a Transformers movie.
Well, full disclosure, I love the cinema, right? Growing up, I actually worked in movies for Fox, Sony.
Nice.
Wow.
And so I can't say that I wouldn't go to the theater. Those are, that's the livelihood of a lot of friends that I have.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't pay to see Transformers. I heard the last one was just the worst of the bunch.
Okay, but I'm not saying necessarily Transformers, but I am saying if the next Michael Bay Batman comes out, are you going to see that in IMAX?
Not Michael Bay, but yeah, probably.
You don't like what he did with or not Michael Bay, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
So if Christopher Nolan does a 4th Batman, do you go
I'm
see
there.
that? Yeah,
I'm there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
it's made for that medium.
Yeah.
You're supposed to rumble when Batman farts.
Yeah. Which was an awesome deleted scene on the Blu-ray.
Seth, you were down in North Carolina. What's it like culture shock wise? Being from Dorchester, going down to the south.
Can I interrupt? People up here in Boston talk about anywhere besides New England like he's traveling into Oklahoma in 1850. North Carolina.
Are you serious? There was just like race wars down there.
Oh no, that's all terrible. I'm just saying I find it very funny. There's a certain New Englandy attitude about anywhere.
We do believe we're better.
Well, yeah,
that is.
I live here and it is better. But I'm just there. It's not like there's not civilization in Raleigh or wherever else.
It's hard to understand because up here Trump supporters are you're oh, that person's a Trump supporter, but down there it's oh man, that person's a liberal. They
depends
exist
on where you hang out.
for sure. I get that, but it is more commonplace to be a Trump supporter. It's not a thing down there. Whereas up here, if you are at the Green Day concert last night, I went and saw Green Day last night. Billy Joe Armstrong he says fuck Donald Trump. Now in front of 30,000 people in the state of Massachusetts,
Preaching to the choir.
you are probably, echo chambering. But is he going to say that in North Carolina when he hits like the Verizon Center?
Probably, because the same 8,000
I don't know.
Trump-hating
What
people
do you
go
think?
see Green Day.
It was definitely like a mix. I did meet a lot of Trump supporters, but I lived in Winston-Salem, which, there's like a big film school there and everything. And downtown there is super small. And I met a lot of liberals, people who didn't like Trump. But I'd say, I guess maybe Green Day couldn't say the same thing there. Or they'd have some people walk out at least, or,
Oh, yeah.
And nobody walked out when that was said last night.
But I think the people it's your audience, the people that are going to see Green Day, like that's already fish in a barrel.
In Massachusetts. So I'm
I think
wondering what it's
most
like
places.
to exist in a place that people would walk out. Like you're saying that you have to censor yourself.
Well,
I'm not saying that at all.
I saw Dave Chappelle, and he did a whole in Asheville, North
I
Carolina.
think I'm saying that actually.
And he had the whole thing was political, and I don't think I actually saw anybody walk out. Everybody laughed at all the jokes. I mean, he talked about Hillary and Bernie and Trump, and so I guess it kind of depends on like where you are, because Asheville is very, I think, liberal.
Yeah.
A lot of hippies there. That's what they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it just depends on the act and exactly where they're playing, but I guess like the major cities, it wouldn't be an issue.
Was the culture shock, the difference of culture, any part of the reason that you came back?
No, I came back because, well, growing up I hated Boston. I thought it was like the worst, and I don't know why. I hated it, and I wanted to leave. And then in 2013, I moved to Vancouver, Canada, and I was there for a year and a half total. And when I was there, I really started missing Boston, and I just kept telling people about how like great Boston was. And I realized, man, I really love Boston. And then going to North Carolina, working at the theaters with my peers and everything, all I do is talk about Boston and the Patriots and the Red Sox.
So you went Vancouver to North Carolina.
I went Vancouver to Boston for like a year, and then to North Carolina.
So what happened? Like you could have stayed in Boston. Why did you have to leave again?
I felt like I needed, I was making music, and I just felt like I wanted a change. Because I'd gone to Europe, and then I was really inspired by Europe, and I wrote a bulk of what my last album was. My last album came out in April, and Paris really inspired me, and I recorded some of it in Stuttgart, Germany. So I felt like just having gone somewhere else and saying like I lived in North Carolina, I thought that would be cool, and then I also thought maybe North Carolina would inspire me, and I wrote some really good stuff there that people like. So I'd say it was definitely worth it, but being there for so long, I feel like being anywhere that's not Boston for long enough, you really start to miss it. And I was really excited to come back.
It is a fun like flight back into Boston. There's a weird feeling that you're like, oh man, this is the place that I can get hot dogs for $9.50. I can't wait to do that.
I've been thinking about hot dogs all day, Dave. You're killing me.
Someone was gonna give me a free hot dog. Wasn't that who was gonna do that earlier? Like that.
I don't know, but can you have them hook
I
a
know.
brother up?
But you can go to Costco. They have the best hot dogs. That's where I go.
Yeah.
It's like $1.50, and since like the 80s, it's been $1.50 for a hot dog and like a 20-ounce drink, and it's like
I
the
should
best
get a
hot dog.
membership there.
I just got a membership there, and it's the best.
I like their oatmeal raisin cookies. I know that's not like a thing people like, but I'm
Seriously, you guys are killing me. I'm effing starving.
Well, that's why I'm at Costco. The hot dogs and LaCroix, I buy the water in bulk. So
I just do local music in bulk. That's like
He does.
get it all wholesale. Seth Malvin, you're going to be at the Tavern at the End of the World next Tuesday. But
yeah.
you have your ukulele right here, right now. Would you
I do.
play us a song?
Yeah, I'd love to. And also I have an album coming out, a B-Sides album, Volume 1, 12 tracks that didn't make it into my last album. I decided I loved you out this Friday on iTunes and streaming services everywhere.
Nice.
So I'm
Bandcamp too?
Yeah, Bandcamp, of course.
What's your Bandcamp?
Bandcamp.com/Seth Malvin.
Seth Malvin, all the way back from North Carolina. He's playing next Tuesday, Tavern at the End of the World, with Will Roos, who was just in. What are we going to hear?
You're going to hear Out of My Mind, which I'd say it's one of my most popular songs.
Seth Malvin, live here on the Underbelly on WEMF Radio.
mind over matter. You're past me now, and everything that you are is miles above me. Dreaming about you all of the time. Yeah, I'm crazy for you. Can get you out of my mind. But please don't leave me now. Let's try to work this out. 'Cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. 'Cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. Work till you're sore, they can't break you now. And every thought that I had is driving me out. Dreaming about you all of the time. Well, yeah, I'm crazy for you. Can get you out of my mind. But please don't leave me now. Let's try to work this out. 'Cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. 'Cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. 'Cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. 'Cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind.
Seth Malvin live here on the Underbelly, WEMF Radio. Shake Tuesday. Mikey Shake, what say you?
I love it.
Nice.
I really like
Thank
that.
you.
It was really cool. In fact, I was sitting here messing with my headphones because there's something about the magic of radio with the compression or whatever. So I've got the ear closest to Seth live, hearing him perform live. I get the other one with the radio, the headphone. The live mix, what you folks at home were hearing, and they both sounded fucking awesome.
Seth, as a uke player, do you feel competitive with that young boy from Japan that can play?
Not at all, because I wouldn't consider myself like a great ukulele player. I started practicing, like I taught myself and everything, so it was just me, and then I practiced like enough to get by. That's what it is. I had a show on Sunday at the 6B Lounge, and all I could say throughout like the songs was, I didn't really practice this song that well, you know, but I was glad people showed up, my friends showed up and everything, and they really liked the show and they liked the songs.
Where's
so.
the 6B Lounge?
It's in downtown, right near Beacon Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spank.
Maxwell Bailey has like this open mic he does every Sunday, and
Nice.
so we talked, and he wanted me like to open one of them up, and so I went and I played a couple songs, an extended set, and it just invited a bunch of people. So it was really not something I advertised like to the world, but to like a lot of close friends, and they showed up because a lot of my friends had never seen me play. My first like real gig was in North Carolina, so
they've
You know,
never
it's-
had that opportunity. You weren't living here.
yeah, not really, no.
Nice.
I imagine that was surprising because you were just hearing with this. I mean, you sound great, and I can only imagine, you know, in the live setting. But it's always weird to see a friend that you didn't really know did stuff like that, or maybe you haven't seen it live, and then suddenly you're faced with them emoting.
Yeah, my friend shot
You on social media?
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm always, I'm always super nervous, like playing live, especially when it's with people I know. I don't know why. It always goes well.
Yeah, that makes sense
but-
because you don't like they're your friends.
Yeah.
Don't crap where you eat.
Yeah.
Exactly. And my mom wants to go to my show on the 5th, and it might be the first show where I'm like, all right, I think you can go, because it's funny, you know,
Oh, man,
that
that's
show's
tough.
21 plus, but my fan base, like, you know, there are people who like my music from all around. It's not a lot of people, but you know, it's enough that I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm getting that response. People will cover my music, and it's like looking at the statistics from like Spotify and Apple Music and everything. It shows that like 75% of the people who listen to my music and actually listen to it a lot tend to be under 21 and a female. So that's 75%.
Wow.
So I'll get like a lot of emails and super sweet messages from like 16, 17, 18-year-olds like all over the world.
As a guy who seems to write kind of romantic songs in the larger sense, you're clearly doing something right.
Yeah, that's all I do. My music it's all like romantic stuff, and it's all about love. That's what I love.
The dudes like me.
Yeah.
It's all about dudes.
Yeah, dudes do love you.
I'm a dude.
I'd much
man.
rather have the ladies coming to my shows than a bunch of guys like you.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I want you there, but I don't know if I need a whole fleet.
Then you got to deal with like the drama and drool of.
I don't have to deal with it. They're just in the crowd.
That's what you say now, but I mean, let's poise that to Seth. Do you ever have to deal with these young
Does
ladies
your fan
at
base
shows?
cause you problems? Is that what Dave's trying to put in your mouth? Is that?
No, I love them. I love them. No, I love them, and I love when they write to me and everything.
I'm just teasing fans.
Yeah.
I don't think I could make it to the show because I just broke up with Jeffrey and I'm a little emotional right now.
See, his stuff is good. I think he would attract, smarter people than Dave.
Yeah, I think so too. I think people who like my music they're
I'm
smart
getting
people.
a very Jonathan Richman vibe from Seth.
We will have an opportunity to see just these people next Tuesday over at the Tavern at the End of the World. Seth Malvin's going to be opening up the show with Greg Perry, Gravitation, Will Roos, Gabriel Myers. It's going to be a hell of a time. I like the shirt that you're wearing, Seth.
Thanks. It's Bell and Sebastian.
Oh, okay.
I knew their tour manager, so he got me into their show on August 2nd. They're
Damn,
my
man.
favorite band ever.
Yeah.
Since I was like 11 or something.
Oh, you make me feel so old.
They were the first band that I discovered on my own. It was Piazza New York Catcher I heard on the radio. And I didn't have a computer at the time, so like I wrote down the lyrics on a notebook, and I waited till I got into school. And when we were doing an assignment, instead of doing the assignment, I like Googled the lyrics, and it was like Bell and Sebastian. And I was like, sweet. And so I waited. I remember I'd wait like nights waiting for them to come up on radio, and they never came up again.
That's why people don't like radio anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never play anything I like, but luckily, yeah, I ended up getting a computer, and then I looked them up, and like I loved them that much that I would like skip school to go to like album releases and like just pick it up and listen to the record, and I own all their vinyls and everything. I'm a huge fan.
It's a cool shirt.
Thank you.
I like it. Could you do one more tune?
Yeah.
What are we going to hear?
So this song's called Sophia Get Better, and usually when I write music, it takes me like, I'll write a song in like an hour, and a lot of my music I wrote really quickly, but this song I had been working on for months because I just couldn't, after like the first verse, I couldn't write anymore, and I got a Beagle mix puppy. She was like 2 months old, and I finished the song the night I got her, and so I was like, "You're Sophia. This is who you are." So,
I like it.
yeah.
Go for it.
We made our mistakes. It was okay 'cause we were 23. You were better off without someone like me. Your parents said, Sophia, please get better. Sophia, please do better than this. All the people that we hated, all the seasons that we wasted. Maybe it's time to come clean. And I saw you like I never did when I followed you into the darkness. Everybody knows your name. 'Cause we made our mistakes. It was okay 'cause we were 23. You were better off without someone like me. And your friends said, Sophia, please get better. Sophia, please do better than this. Sophia, please do better than him.
Seth Malvin live here on the Underbelly on WEMF Radio. That was awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Where do people find you on the internet?
Yeah, I have a website, SethMalvin.com. You can get me on Facebook.com/SethMalvinMusic. All social media is just /Seth Malvin. So you can just find me there.
You won. You know, I'm sure there's other Seth Malvins in the world, and you just beat them. You were like, nah, B. This is my social media.
So it's funny because my last name is Romero, and when I started making music, I was going to go by Seth Romero, but Malvin's my middle name. I found out that there was another like Seth Romero coming up on Google, and he was a college baseball player. And so I was like, let me go by Seth Malvin. And recently he got drafted to like the Washington Nationals or something. And so he and I had a laugh about that. We talked about that. I was like, good thing I
hit it. Where'd you hit him up?
Facebook. So we're like Facebook friends now.
That's hilarious.
We're both Seth Romero. But yeah, I can make music under Seth Malvin.
Seth Malvin, all over the internet, Instagram, Twitter, right? You know, on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, everything.
Facebook, check it out. It is Shake Tuesday. We got some Yankee power coming at you right here. Catch Seth next Tuesday, Tavern at the End of the World with Will Roos, who started the show with us. We got Your Favorite Color coming in. We're going to end this show. This is Yankee Power. Thanks for hanging out, Seth.
Thank you.